So team, let's talk about how you can really set your athlete up or you up for winning, and really winning in life and winning from a whole person development. So the tool that we're going to use today, and the one that we're going to talk about, is really our definition of winning. Because as soon as we define it in a way that we have control over, we have control over whether we get the W or not. So for instance, when we're talking about an eating disorder or any of the feelings of angst that we get, it has a lot to do with control.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so one way to really have a winning strategy for how to gain control is to bring our power back to us, really to empower, versus to hand the coach all the power or the judges all the power, or, anytime I'm handing you my power, I'm not empowered anymore.
Yep.
So parents, if you're working with an athlete or coaches or even an athlete, make your own definition of success. That way you can check off, am I at this practice meeting my definition of success? Check, I get a W. And so that gives me the power to work hard, but yet to honor my abilities, my strength, what can I do? So if you were being coached up in that new thinking of every workout or every practice being able to say, what would be the definition of today's practice being a win? Then the power would be much more into who I was and my ability. So how does that fit into now if you look back and think, wow, if I would have had that in my life, would the eating disorder control factor be different? I know we're looking kind of into a crystal ball, but we're just kind of trying to think about what are some winning strategies that, as much as we talk about doing different, we want to give hope that there are some real skills to do differently to get a different result.
Yeah, and I'll just talk for a second about what that would have looked like for me. And I totally recognize that this is different for, every single other athlete. But, I think that sometimes, myself in particular, I was a very, very internally self-motivated kind of kid. And I think that is praised a lot, by coaches, by parents, that, oh my gosh, like she wants it so bad. She's so dedicated. She'll do anything, and I think that for me, it would have been helpful for someone to kind of step in and say, okay, well, maybe a win today is honoring when our body's telling us to stop. A win today is we do a program and do it really great one time, and then we stop. And I think that sometimes as coaches, and as parents, we need to just recognize how each individual kid is so different. And there definitely are kids that sometimes need a kick in the butt because all they want to do is stand there and talk the whole time and never want to put in the work. And, that's just a different type of kid. And I think finding that balance, for all athletes to, honor their best and whatever their best is, that obviously looks, very different across the board. But I think just recognizing kind of the signs on either side of that spectrum and kind of trying to find that happy place in the middle is a great way to, push people, no matter who they are, to define, those small wins.